All right, so last time we didn't get to finish because you got triggered about
I
this
don't want
whole.
to talk about the afterlife yet. We can talk about that different time.
Come on,
I don't want to talk about it right now.
it's the perfect time to talk about
I
it
don't
because
want to talk about
I'm
the
primed.
afterlife.
I wanna.
Okay, you tell me what you want to talk about with the afterlife.
I don't really know if I have much to say about that.
Then what the heck?
I want to know what you want to talk about.
What's...
You wanted to be okay with going to the clouds, and something happened where you figured out you couldn't during COVID, and it really bothered
I figured
you.
I couldn't go to class during COVID.
Yeah. So like, I just want to know,
why?
like,
Why did the afterlife even come to your mind?
I don't know. I think about it here and there. I do believe in an afterlife.
Oh, thank God.
Why?
It makes me feel better.
That I believe in an afterlife?
Yeah, I just need other people around me to believe so I can believe.
Okay, but like I'm like I was a born Hindu, right? So we believe in reincarnation.
Oh, I know.
Right.
You know what? My side of the family that is Hindu.
But you're half Hindu?
Well, not really, because a Hindu married a Muslim, which is not allowed.
It's 2023. Everything's allowed.
I didn't know. Like, that's my grandparents. That's like a big.
Oh.
That's like a. I think, unless he was a Buddhist. I don't know. They also had a Buddhist. I think they were a lot of things. And my mom's also didn't practice any of those. So
during your if this is
multiple
true,
religions on that side.
Sure, but like from your grandparents' time, if a Hindu married a Muslim, wow.
I know.
That's a big deal.
I didn't know that was a big deal until I went to my final high school. That was my.
To a lot of people, even to this day, is a big deal.
Yeah, no, and they were like, because they're like, "What's your background? Like, what are your parents' like religions and stuff?" And I started telling them, and they're like, "Morgan, do you know what that means?" And I'm like, "No," because my mom doesn't talk about her brown side. She says she's Irish, but she's not Irish. She was born in Ireland.
Yeah, your mom is brown.
Yes, my mom says she's Irish. She's very much brown.
But she doesn't focus on the religion aspect. But wait, she was born in Ireland.
Yes.
So she is Irish.
What, like I was saying, just because you go on vacation to the Dominican or Bahamas and Irby has a child on her way back doesn't mean the child is Bohemian. Or Dominican, or Bali, Indonesian.
No, they are a citizen.
Of course, she's a citizen, but she can't go around telling people she's Irish. It's very confusing.
No, I can see that.
And then I used to say that growing up. And then people were like, "What's wrong with you? You're not Irish." And I'm like, "My mom said she's Irish." And then my first brown friends were like, "Dude, your mom's Indian. You need to ask your grandparents." And I was like, because my mom's like, "There's brown Irish people." And I was like, okay. Anyway, like once, like speaking about racism, she was in New York. What's that like nice street called? Anyways, there's like some really bougie street, and she pretty much got kicked out of the store because she's brown.
When was this?
When I was like, I think before I was born, maybe. And they were like, "There's nothing for you here."
No way.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago. Like you said, you're 28.
I know. Or it was when I was either really little or right before I was born. She was in the airport. We always have airport trouble if like we're all together. And they'll let my dad go through and then stop my mom and be like,
You've been chosen.
Are you sure are you sure he knows like who you are or these are kids? And like they'll never question him.
Yeah.
She's just like
I get specially chosen, especially if I have a long big beard. It's just
so sad.
It's crazy profiling.
It's rude, man.
But like I don't know, whatever.
It's there. It happens every day. I feel bad for her. And then she made me very ashamed to say, like, I'm Indian. So it was only until a few years ago that I'm like...
But what was the reason? Why was she so against...
Well, because people are just rude. Like, people are rude.
No, but they were profiling her based on her color.
Yeah.
They didn't know that she's, says that she's Irish.
Who?
Your mom.
Anyways, yeah, she's saying she's Irish because... There's probably some, like, insecurities about being Indian.
Oh, I see. So
which makes sense, because people are freaking rude.
Right.
Like, people just in passing, and I think it's because sometimes I look white, and they'll just be like, "Oh, there's, like, a bunch of Indian people working at that Tim's. That means it's going to be shit."
Yeah.
And I'll turn to them and be like, "Oh, yeah?"
That's every Tim's.
No. Yeah. But then I'm like, I only started saying this after one time. I was so shocked and didn't say anything. And I'm like, no, screw that. I'm saying something. And then every other person, like, I'll turn to them and be like, I'm half Indian. And
Good on you.
yeah, and just watch them like cripple down. So I wasn't comfortable like until 3 years ago. But I also got bullied a lot in school because of like I was brown. So they called me like the girl with stinky skin, the weird black girl.
Yeah, where did you go to school?
St. Luke's Catholic School in Little Italy.
Okay, we talked about this last time. Like, I never dealt with racism. I went to a very diverse school too. Like,
That's really nice. Where did you grow up? In Toronto?
Scarborough.
Yeah, see, I probably should have grew up somewhere diverse.
I knew you were mixed, right? Because I'm like, okay, you're not brown enough to be brown.
And white enough to be white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's something going on there.
Yeah, no, I went to school with, and no, like, shame to Portuguese or Italian people, but Portuguese Italian. So they're like I remember one girl, she used to call my mom, like, the poor parent, and Morgan has poor food. And,
that's bullshit.
And stinky. And like, you're this, you're that. You're the weirdest I got was the weird black girl. Like, this poor girl, if she ever sees a black person, she's just gonna, like, faint.
Yeah.
If she thinks I'm the weird black girl. Like, you're so fucking rude. Anyways, it's my racism tangent.
I know, I'm just trying to think. Like, there was this one kid that would call me Akmar. I'm just like, now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, dude, that guy was racist. He was one of my close friends.
Well, like, Matt doesn't watch us, so it's fine. But, like, something that bothered me for, like, a whole year, like, of Matt is he was messaging me, probably thought I was, like, some tropical thing. And not brown. He's like, oh, yeah, some people, like, think I'm, like, this, that, Indian. And he's like, I don't know how I feel about the last one, disgusting face. And I was like, oh, hey, Matt, my mom's, like, half Indian, and I think she's really beautiful.
Oh,
and then he just changed his whole... But that bothered me, I think, for, like, a year over a year, for sure. I've brought it up many times, like, sorry.
I mean,
like,
as long
he's
as you
not
had
gonna watch it, so it's fine, but...
What do you mean he's not going to watch it? He might watch it.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll hear about it. But yeah, it's just... That'll always happen. Maybe less do, because you're actually brown.
Less what?
Like, maybe people won't, like, blatantly make fun of brown people around you, but they will around me because I don't look brown. So maybe that's why you don't get racism. I've really changed from, like, age 26 to 28, but 26 I really cared about this, and 28 I'm like...
But at least you had a conversation about what was bothering you.
Yes.
Okay, and then you resolved it.
Yeah, and then I started, like, before, honestly, I think even when I met you, it was Matt that really triggered this change in me. Because I realized that was the day I realized I was ashamed of my background.
I'm not the only brown person you know.
No, I'm not. But, like, all my, like, I went to, like, a high school, like, a really diverse high school. I went to diverse, like, university, but I always told everyone I was mixed. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just, like, a bunch of everything. But I could never just say
You're just a bunch of two things.
Just a bunch of two things. Yeah. Exactly. I'm a bunch of brown and a bunch of white, so I'm half white and half brown. But I was just never comfortable saying it because people are so rude. So
usually when someone says, like, I'm half this, half that, it's always like a turn on, to be honest.
Maybe now, but not when you're, like, little kids in schoolyards and
yeah,
stuff.
No, that's weird at that time. I guess, yeah, now that you think about it, at that age, you don't want to bother trying to explain it and confuse people.
Yeah.
So would you just introduce yourself as, I'm just white?
Mixed.
You say mixed?
Yeah, many things.
But then don't they say mixed with what?
No, because I say too many things. Which is true. I have so many things. But I have so many of two things. So, like, but, like, it's not like, it's like the typical white, like, Irish, Scottish, English. There's some Russian, there's some German, there's some Norwegian. Like, all of that, I know it's very much a lot of things. And then I have, like, North Indian, South Indian, West Indian, and East Indian.
That's really cool.
Do you have a Canada Goose jacket?
No.
You look like you're lying.
No, I don't. I have a Nobis jacket.
You thought before you answered?
I don't know how I knew you were gonna ask that.
Anyways, I was just gonna say, it's so stupid how everyone wears one because my great-grandparents actually had to kill geese because they actually were gonna freeze to death in the winters up there, ice fishing. So they could wear a Canada Goose jacket, but no one in the most southern part of Canada.
So you don't have one?
Obviously not.
Okay, I'm
I don't need to kill gooses for anything. We're not, like, ice fishers.
Okay, wait, I have Nobis. I said that proudly, but I'm not 100% sure that they're clean.
Anyways, I think everyone wears Canada Goose is stupid.
I just didn't honestly like
So
I
many people I
didn't
know.
I didn't get it because everyone else has it. I always want to
Yeah.
get something that no people don't have, which is very hard to do these days. But yeah, no, I don't. I don't support that.
Yeah, sure. You're just scared of me.
Well, you've
You're just
been
scared I'm gonna yell at you.
yeah, you've been kind of doing that a lot today.
I'm not even on my mean girl week. You know when girls are a little cuckoo? I'm not even on that week. I'm on my normal week.
You're talking about like that time of the month?
Well, like girls are cuckoo on the pre before that. Like the week before that, the time of the month. Did you even know that? Like yeah, you know what PMS is.
I know what PMS
but
is.
it happens before your period.
I thought it's slightly before and during.
I mean,
Because
I
it's
guess
uncomfortable during.
it definitely is uncomfortable during, and I feel like cravings, bloaty, a little irritated. But the week before,
You're more
that's a
irritated?
whole other story. I'll be yelling at
But is it
everyone.
all those things heightened that you just mentioned?
It's like me, I have extreme circumstances, but like generally speaking for women, yeah, it's like the pre. Anyways, all I'm saying is I'm on my normal week.
Okay, cool. Okay. You may not want to say normal week, right? Because I think some people.
No, I can say normal because I have 3 extremely awful weeks.
3?
Yes.
Right, the before, the during.
My before is actually 14 days.
Oh my god.
So I take medications and...
See, this whole topic, it should be a totally different episode.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to talk about that today, but...
It's interesting for a guy.
I'm sure it is, yeah. I'm sure it is interesting when you're not the one living through 21 days of...
Honestly, like, guys are ignorant to it. They think that right before, you're just horny.
Something needs to be thrown at you.
Okay, I'm just explaining.
Go educate yourself.
I've educated myself. I've been educated by a lot of women in my life.
Okay.
All right, I'm just telling you that a lot of guys think this way.
Okay, well, yeah.